Okay, so yesterday we were discussing about this program. Okay, so if at all, if you are facing any problem with this screen, you just chat and tell. Okay, I hope for everyone this screen is visible. Okay, so with respect to this program, so it is, we can say it is example of else if ladder statement. Okay, that is multiple if statement and multiple else statement. And you just look at the format I have written. Okay, see, all the else keywords are in one alignment, okay? So that you will come to know clearly. So you just observe here, if P greater than or equals to 85, see out distinction, else. If P greater than or equals to 60, see out first class. Else if P greater than or equals to 50, see out second class, okay? And else if P greater than or equals to 35, see out pass, else see out fail. So when we execute this program, we have to give the input value as the percentage. Okay. So we have to give the input value as the percentage. Okay. So when we give the input value as percentage, so we have to give the percentage value between 0 and 100. So it is understood that, so we have to give between 0 and 100. If at all, if we want a clear idea, then even we can write this condition P less than or equals to 100. So that percentage should be between 0 and 100. Okay. So if you enter between 0 and 35, that is 0 and less than 35, then it prints fail. More than 35, it prints pass. Greater than 50, it prints second class. More than 60, it prints first class. Between 85 and 100, it will print distinction. Okay. Now, as we know, percentage always it will be between 0 and 100. So if I remove this and P less than or equals to 100, we will understand it. We are entering between 0 and 100. Okay. Now we'll execute this program, complete program once. Then we will trace the program. That is line by line. Okay. See, if suppose if I enter like 76, so P value is 76 now. So it prints first class. As we know, it is more than 60, it prints first class. So first we will test all the things. That is, we will enter the value more than 85, then more than 60, more than 50, more than 35, less than 35. Okay. Say I enter 90, which is more than 85. Okay. So it is printing distinction. So if you enter exact 85 also, it will print distinction. It is equals to 85. Okay. Next. So if I enter exact 60, it prints first class, or more than 60, it prints first class. That means equals to 60 and more than 60, in both the cases, it prints first class. Okay. Then if I enter equal to 50, it prints second class. And if you enter more than 50 also, it prints second class. Okay. Fine. So is it any problem with screen? Okay, fine, visible. Okay. Next. So if I enter percentage value equals to 35, it prints pass, or more than 35 also, it prints pass. Okay. Next, if I enter less than 35, say 25, it prints fail. Okay. Now we will execute this program by keeping in mind that program control concept. Okay. So for that, what you have to do is either you go to the trace into option or press F7. Okay. So trace into option or press F7. So when you press F7 key, so program control is in the main line, main function line. Okay. Program control is in the main function line. So one more time, if I press F7, so it is clear screen as we know. Then see here, it will print the message enter percentage. Okay. Then, so you need not worry about header file, iostream.h, those lines are executed. Okay. When it comes to cin statement, console input, always this you remember for every program. Whenever the program control comes to cin statement, it will be transferred to the console, that is black screen, that is output screen. You observe here. Okay. Sorry, some modifications has happened. Okay. See, program control is in scene statement. It will move to the console screen. Okay. See. Now, if I enter the value as 45, so P value is 45 now. Okay. So now it will check first condition. So it will substitute the value of P here. So P value is 45, what we have entered on the console screen. So if P greater than or equals to 85, so you just, by looking at the condition only, you can say, we need not calculate like mathematics solving the problem. By looking at the condition, you can say P value is 45 and condition is for P greater than or equals to 85. So 45 greater than or equals to 85. 45 is not greater than 85, so the condition is false. Okay. So if the condition is false, statement immediately following the condition, cout statement, is not executed. So program control will not move to the statement cout distinction. So you just observe here, it will move to the next condition. Okay. Again, here it will substitute the value of P. See, if suppose when you trace the program, at the middle of the tracing of the program, if suppose if you have forgot the value of P, you can see here, go to the debug option, inspect option is there, inspect. Okay, you go there, you just type the variable whichever you need. So here P, so P value is 45. It will be visible for you. P value is 45. So now you, again, you try to execute that condition. 45 greater than or equals to 60, that condition is false. So it will move to the next condition. Okay. If P greater than or equals to 50, 45 greater than or equals to 50, again that condition is false. It will move to the next condition. Okay. 45 greater than or equals to 35. Yes, it is true. 45 is greater than 35. So statement immediately following that particular condition, that is cout pass, that will be executed. You just see here. Okay. So cout pass. So this particular statement will be executed. Okay. Next, after that, the last statement cout fail, that will not be executed. Okay, because P value is more than 35. If it is less than 35, then cout statement fail will be executed. Okay. See, the result is pass. Okay. I hope everybody got this program control concept, I think. So if at all, if you want once again, so I can do it. So anyways, once again, we will execute the program by looking at the program control concept. You just observe clearly here. Just a minute. Okay, so this is the program control, which is in the main line. Okay, then see, cout enter percentage. Okay, cin. So whenever program control comes to cin statement, it will move to the console screen. Okay. Okay. Now, if suppose if I enter the value, say 25, okay, we know that 25 is less than 35, so it will print fail, but we should know how it executes. Okay. See, program control is in the P greater than or equals to 85 condition. So 25 greater than 85 is false. Again, 25 greater than 60 is false. Okay. 25 greater than 50 is false. 25 greater than 35, that is also false. So now all the conditions are false. If all the conditions are false, it will move to the last statement, that is last else statement. So it is, the message is fail. So this message will be printed. Okay. Right. Okay. If suppose if you miss else anywhere, that also we should see what happens. See, if I miss last else part, okay, what happens? We will see. Now I will execute the program. Okay. See, if I enter the percentage as 40, see, according to the logic in the sense, in general, we know that students who got more than 35% is pass, right? Actually, it should print pass. Now you see what happens. See, it is printing both pass and fail. So which is wrong, right? Whenever in the report card, if there is a fail, there is no concept of pass. If there is a pass, there is no concept of fail. We will not get two results like pass and fail, right? So one result we should get either pass or fail, right? So here two things are displaying, which is wrong. Output is wrong. Program is correct. Program is correct means there is no grammar mistake, okay? But there is mistake in the logic. What is that? So we have missed the last else part. Now I will execute this program by checking what exactly it is happening. Okay. See, so main function. What I said, 40, right? 40%. See, 40 greater than 85, false. 40 greater than 60, false. 40 greater than 50, false. 40 greater than 35 is true. Actually, the condition is true. So it will print pass, okay? Because there is no else keyword for this particular condition, the word fail is also printed. So you should be very careful in writing else if ladder statement. Whenever you miss any else part, it will not show error message, but in the output we get the wrong result. See, fail is also printed now. See, so we need to add else keyword here. So wherever you miss else keyword, with further statements are also printed. For example, if I miss first else keyword, okay, so it will print both distinction and first class. Okay, so in that way. So I hope everybody got this concept. So just chat and tell if you have any doubt in this. Okay, fine. So we'll move to the further concepts. Okay. Okay. I hope you people got about if statement, if else, nested if ladder. So next selection statement is switch statement. Okay. So next thing is switch statement. Okay. See, in case of selection statements, that is conditional statements, we have uh, if else, okay, nested if, else if ladder, last one. Okay. So in these things, the keywords are if is a keyword, else is a keyword, and switch is a keyword. Understood? So wherever you come across these words, if, else, switch, these are all keywords. Nested and ladder, these are not keywords. So you have to remember the keywords so that you will come to know how to write. So keywords should be written in lowercase letters. Okay, you should not write any letter in capital letter. Okay, because they have defined in that way. Okay, you have to write in small letters only, lowercase letters. If, else, and switch. Okay, even when you start at the starting point of the sentence statement, also don't write S in capital. Write in small letter only. Switch. Okay, and when you write the answers, also maintain the same thing. Write in lowercase letters only. Wherever you start, at the starting paragraph or at the start of the sentence, wherever it is, write in lowercase letters because those are keywords. Okay. And one more thing, you have to remember with respect to keyword. See, whenever we write the keyword, okay, say if or int is a keyword, okay, or we say case is a keyword, say. See, either there will be a blank space immediately after the keyword, either there will be a blank space or one symbol will be there. Remember this concept because when errors are displayed, it will be easy for you to solve. If you remember these points. Okay. For example, for if keyword, immediately after if keyword, there is a parenthesis. This is a symbol. So in this we write the condition. And immediately after int keyword, one space, at least one blank space you have to leave. If you leave 2 or 3 blank spaces also, it is correct. At least one blank space you leave. Then you write the variable. Okay. And immediately after case keyword, again one blank space is there. And we have to write some number that I will tell you. In this statement only, we will come across these things. That means immediately after the keyword, there will be at least one symbol or there will be one blank space. Okay, and if you write this if condition in this way, leaving one blank space and simple, that is also correct. The thing is, immediately after keyword like if or int anything, you don't write any capital letter or small letter. Like after if suppose if I write say capital letter A or if small letter A, both are wrong. You'll get error in this case. Okay, and after int, see I have written int space A. Immediately if you write A also it is wrong. Okay. And here in this case, after case there is a number. See, after this case, we have to write constants. I will tell you in this switch statement only. I will tell you. If by mistake if you write case 5 without leaving space, this is also wrong. You may expect error messages in these cases. I'm telling you may expect error messages in these cases. But in this case, if you don't get error message also, in the output we will not get correct output. Remember this. If you don't get error message on the screen, in the output you will not get correct output. What you have to do is, again you have to come back to the program, you have to see where you have done the mistake. So you will come to know here it is a mistake. So instead of writing case space 5, you might have written case 5 continuously. Okay, it will not show error message in the output, you may get wrong result. Okay, so in front of keyword, either one blank space will be there. It depends on the keyword. Okay, you cannot say, we cannot write as we like. For example, for int, you cannot say int parenthesis. No, it is not possible. So it depends on the keyword. So for int keyword, blank space is there. For if keyword, parenthesis is there. And for switch keyword also, parenthesis is there. Like this. So I'll tell you in this talk. So in this way, if you remember the things, you can solve the errors easily. Okay, once again I will tell you. In front of else, one blank space, at least one blank space. Okay. For example, if you write else if, leave one blank space, then write if. Or else, if you write else, in the next line if, that is also correct. Okay, in the next line if you write, that is also correct. In the same line write, that is also correct. But don't combine. If you combine, it is wrong. This is wrong. Okay. And if you come across else, sometimes you get opening braces like this. This is also correct. Okay, it depends. It depends on the program. Okay. Else space is else. In the next line also you can write it. Else immediately after that you can write opening brace. It depends on the program. Or else in the next line you can write opening brace. That is correct. Okay. Whenever you face error messages you come across on the screen, on the editor screen, you see what exactly you read the error message correctly. You try to understand what you have done the mistake. You go to that particular line. It will display line number also. Go to that particular line and you see what mistake you have done. Then you can rectify. So that for that thing you should know the syntax. Syntax means rule. What are the rules you have to follow? In front of keyboard, what I have to write. In front of int, what I have to write. In front of a case, what I have to write. In front of switch, what I have to write. If you know those things, then solving errors will be easy. Okay. Okay. So switch statement means it is a multi-way selection statement. It comes under the category selection statement. In selection statements, we have these things, but for all these things, we write the conditions. Remember, for if else, nested if, else if that. For first 4 things, we write the condition. Whereas for switch statement, we will not write the condition, but still we can put in selection statements. So these statements are called as selection or conditional. Both words we can say. Conditional, selection or conditional. These first 4 things are conditional statements. Last one is selection statement. Okay, got it? So if else, nested if, else if that are all conditional statements because we write the condition here. And for switch we will not write the condition, so it is called selection statement. Okay, selection or conditional statement. We will see how it works. So it is a multi-way selection statement because we get multiple choices. Out of many choices, one is selected in case of switch statement. Okay. If I want to compare with else if ladder, then you can understand. In else if ladder also, you will be having multiple conditions. Out of all the conditions, at a given point of time, one condition will be executed. In the sense, it keeps on checking the conditions. At one particular point, if the condition is true, that particular statement is executed. So that means out of multiple conditions, one condition will be true and that particular block will be executed. Similarly, in case of switch statement also, multi-way selection statement it is. Multiple statements you will get. Out of those statements, one statement will be selected for execution. So we will see how it is. Okay. So for this, syntax is switch. So switch is a keyword. Okay. Then within parentheses, we have to write the expression. So for example, it changes. I'm telling general form. Formula, it is like a formula. Okay, what you can say mathematics formula. So here syntax is the formula. So when you remember the formula, according to the example, you have to change whatever the things required. Okay. Switch of expression, opening brace, all this as a brace. See, I will be writing technical terms, remember. Don't call everything as a bracket. So this is called as a brace, and this is called as a parenthesis. Whatever you call into bracket in mathematics called as parenthesis, and whatever you call floor bracket in mathematics, it's called as brace. Okay. So you have to open the brace. You leave at least one blank space. So case. So the case is a keyword. So I'm telling what are the keywords we are using. Switch is a keyword, case is a keyword. Immediately after case keyword, at least one blank space. Will you two or more? It's okay, it's not a problem. At least one blank space. And after that, we come across constant. Constant 1. After that, you have to put the colon. Okay? Not semicolon, it is colon. Okay? So case space constant 1 colon. Here we write the statements. So I can say statement 1, statement 2, up to statement n. Okay. Next, there is one more keyword called as break. We're telling keywords. Switch is a keyword, case is a keyword, break is a keyword. Statements are not keywords. So C or statement, C in statement or some calculations, any statements we can write. And the constant 1, the name itself says it's a constant. Some value we will get here. It is not a keyword. Okay. Switch is a keyword, case is a keyword, break is a keyword. But write in lower case letters. Next. So next thing is again case constant 2. Okay. So same, we will write these statements. Next, break. Okay. So this continues. Okay. That is case constant 1, statements, break. Case constant 2, statements, break. Case constant 3, statements, break. So till n number of constants, we can say constant n. Okay. Sorry. Colon. So in front of constant, you have to put the colon. After the case, you have to leave the space. In front of constants, you have to put the colon. Okay. Again, same thing. Statements will come here. So break. See here, entire thing I cannot put it on the board. It is lengthy. When you write the notes, you can write. Same thing. Statement 1 to statement n, right here. Statement 1 to statement n, right here. For every case block, you write statement 1 to n, statement 1 to n, statement 1 to n. So this process continues till here. See, in case of else if ladder also, condition 1, condition 2 up to condition n. Okay, if condition 1, else if condition 2, else if condition 3, in that way up to condition n. At the end, there is a default. Okay, if you remember the else if ladder concept, at the end there is a default. Similarly, for this also, there is a thing called default. Here, default is the keyword. Okay. In case of else if ladder, default is not a keyword. You can write capital letter D or entire word in capital letter in case of else if ladder. But here you have to write it lowercase letter because default is a keyword. Switch is a keyword, case is a keyword, break is a keyword, default is a keyword. 4 keywords are there. Okay. Switch, case, break, and default. You write in lowercase letters only. And immediately after that, depending on the thing, you have to put the blank space. For some cases, for this case, there is a symbol, and for break, there is a symbol called semicolon. Okay, you have to put the semicolon. If you don't put semicolon, you will get error. And here, if you combine these two, you will get error. That means wrong result you will get. So for default also there are multiple statements. Okay, and for default, if you don't write break also it is correct because that is the last part. And you see that where you started the opening brace, on the same alignment you close the closing brace. Same alignment. Okay, so this is the entire syntax of switch statement. Okay, so one more time I'll tell you switch of expression. Okay, see, I'm not telling working, just the format what I've written. Switch of expression, case, one blank space, at least one, fill you two blank spaces, it's correct. Case, blank space, constant one, colon, after constant one, colon, it is not a semicolon, okay, it is a colon. After colon, statement 1 to n, break is a keyword, after break, you have to put the semicolon, it is compulsory. Then case, space, constant 2, colon, statement 1 to n, break. So this process continues till case constant n. That means n number of constants here. Okay, then statement 1 to n, break. At the end, you have to write the default colon. Again, some statements are there. For the last one, default, if you write break or if you miss the break, both are correct. It's not a problem. So this is the structure. And some authors for constant 1, constant 2, constant n, they use as label. Both are correct. Label 1. So label 2, in that way they use label again. This is also correct. So whichever you feel comfortable, you can write it. Either you can write constant 1, constant 2, after constant n, or label 1, label 2, label n. Some authors use the label, and some authors use constant. Okay, you can write any one. Okay, both are correct. Okay. So now I'll tell you the working of this. So little I will tell you because time is not there. So tomorrow we'll discuss in detail. See, here expression in this sense, always remember, in case of mathematics we call it as an equation, in C++ we call it as an expression. Okay. So when you say equation or if you say expression, okay, for both the things we will get a value. Am I right? Result. For both the things we'll get a value. And if we consider with respect to programming language, that is C++, so when you consider this expression can be direct value, okay, or it can be variables value, okay, or it can be expressions value. Understood? When we write the example, we will not write word expression, we will write some value, okay. See, in program we will not use constant words and label words. In program we will write direct values. I'm telling, when you write this syntax, either you write constant or label. Okay. In example, we directly write values. Say, in case of if else, if I say if condition in the syntax, if condition statement. Okay. If condition statement. When we write the example for this, we will not write the word condition. We will write like if A greater than B or if 20 greater than 10. I hope you are getting. Okay. In the syntax, we use these words. In the example, directly we write A greater than B or 20 greater than 10. This is like a formula. Okay. Fine. So expressions value can be direct value, or it can be variables value, or it can be one more expressions value. Okay. And whatever it is, see, whatever it is, it should be integer value only. That is 0. If you are taking direct value, take direct integer value. If you are taking variables value, that variable should contain integer. Or if you are taking equation, that equation should contain. So if you are taking expression, that expression value should be integer value. Okay. And same concept is applied for constants also. Constants or labels. So constant should be integer value only. So if you are taking direct value or variable value or expression value, in all the cases, finally it should result in integer value. Okay. So working of this switch statement we will see in the next class.